Hi everyone. I wanted to make an update video. This is not a book review video. It's essentially an update video on what's been happening with my apartment situation. So if you haven't seen one of my other videos, I posted a video a little bit after New Year's Eve about leaving this apartment. The reason I wanted to leave was because on New Year's Eve, my neighbor was shooting his weapon. Now, mind you, I know a lot of people will shoot weapons on New Year's Eve right before midnight or when it strikes midnight, but in this case, he shot at 7 a.m. My apartment building is a very old building. It was built before 1915, so sound really travels. If they're knocking on his door, it sounds like they're knocking on my door. You can hear people moving downstairs. You can hear all sorts of things. And I'm sure they can hear me walking upstairs. So I was laying in bed when he was shooting, and I literally leapt out of bed and just fell to the floor. I didn't know what was going on. I actually thought he had ended his girlfriend's life, because he walked out, stood on the porch, shot 9 times, went back in, came back out, and shot 2 times. So I called the police. I called again. I filed a report over the phone. I know some other neighbors had called the police, but the only thing that they did was they just posted outside of the apartment. I called my landlord, and he really didn't care, because he just is a slumlord. He really doesn't care, honestly. Like, the more as time passes, the more I lose respect for him, just because he just talks like, he's just like, oh, well, I don't care, whatever, you can live in danger. So after that incident, I was very stressed. I'm just starting to be a little bit less stressed. But for the first 2 nights after that, I slept on the floor. I was too scared. I was too scared to sleep in bed. I was too scared to just make sudden movements. Now, this isn't the first time my neighbor has had an issue with weapons. Last year, I guess him and his girlfriend broke up, and he had this house guest. And the house guest pulled out a weapon on him. And once again, here come the police. There's like 6 of them pointing guns at his door and my door. I open the door, and I look to the side. There's a police pointing at his door. So this guy and guns, they're like soulmates or something. I don't know. So today, I'm sitting at my desk, at this desk in particular. It is not too early in the morning. It was between 9 a.m. and 10 something. I don't know what I was doing. I was either talking to someone or on my computer. All of a sudden, I hear through a megaphone, "St. Louis police, open up, this is a warrant." It's like, what the hell? Then I hear this ringing sound. Now, one of my neighbors down the street did record a video, but I can't post the video because I don't know if I legally can post the video. That's number 1. Number 2, they said his full name, and they said his girlfriend's name, and they said the address in the video. So that's another reason I can't post the video, because it's just too much information in there. Then people's driver's license. I don't know how to edit videos like that. Like, I don't know how to blank out or take out the sound of a name or so. I'm not that developed with video editing as of yet. But in the video, I got a better view of outside of my apartment. I did not know there were that many police cars. When I looked out my window to see what was going on, there was this, looked like an armored truck. It was a truck. It was a black truck that looked impenetrable to weapons. There was between 7 to 10 or maybe more officers with weapons this long. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but this is literally how long they looked. They were like this long. They had on bulletproof vests, or what looked like bulletproof vests. Some of them had on a helmet. And I was like, oh no. Oh my God. Oh my God. What has he done? What has he done? They just kept saying, come out with your hands up. Come out. They said his whole name. Come out. We are out here. Open the door. And they said to release his girlfriend or something. Like they said that he had a warrant for his arrest. That they wanted him to bring out his girlfriend or something with a blanket because it was cold. And I kept hearing just this ringing. Maybe I can put the sound of that ringing so you'll understand what it was. It's like, and it doesn't help when you're inside and there's people pointing guns at your building and you don't see what's going on. It just sucks. You don't want to make any sudden movements. You don't know what's going on. You don't want to open any doors. So I thought to myself, okay, I have to stay in my apartment. I cannot leave. So I go to my kitchen and I look out the window. Why are there officers hiding behind the sheds outside? So obviously I can't go outside. And I just kept hearing the megaphone. Open up! Da, da, da. So I called the police and I asked them what should I do, and the non-emergency, and she's like, I guess you just stay inside. And I said, okay. He said, okay. And she just hung up. I'm like, thank you. That really helps. I called my landlord. I said, hey, this is going on. He's like, yeah, I'm on the phone with somebody about it. I said, what do I do? He's like, I don't know, Kiara. I guess you could call the police and ask them what to do. And I'm like, okay. Have you ever just wanted to slap somebody through the phone? Because I have. And I've wanted to slap the same person 3 times through the phone. And it's the same man, okay? No duh. Did you know that this is your fault? You brought this here. You. As if this person didn't have some record, you just gloss over, oh, well, I'm just going to get my rent money. This is your doing, sir. This is yours. Why do I have to suffer the consequences of your decisions? It's just not fair. You're just unfazed. Oh, well. Let it be your house then. So I called my friends and me and her were talking, and I thought to myself, I wonder if I should be cautious or if this is actually something that I did, because sometimes I'll do a working without any tools if I get mad enough. And I know after that whole New Year's Eve debacle, when I get mad and I say I want something, it will come within a month. But I have to be super enraged. And after that New Year's thing, I said, I want him gone. I just want him out now. And every day that I could hear him walking downstairs, it just made me so mad. Because I'm like, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you walking free? You almost got me shot last year. You bringing all this craziness to the building. I could have sworn I heard you beating a baby pit bull. You have your girlfriend out here looking crazy. You're flirting with other women in front of your girlfriend, even though she's in a wheelchair. Why are you still here? And I was just like, oh, you disgust me. I just want you gone. I just wish you were gone today. But in my mind, I thought that the universe was just going to get him evicted. But sometimes when you say today and you're that angry, the universe will be like, well, what is the fastest way to get them what they want? And sometimes some chaos will ensue. Because the day of that New Year's Eve thing, when I was talking to my spellcaster, we were both mad and we're like, we gotta do something. I'm like, yeah, we gotta do something. I'm like, I gotta get him out of here. She's like, yeah, get him out. And we were just both of us like, come on, universe, get him out now. I just want him gone now. And yeah, but I thought in my mind that it was gonna be a process of, oh yeah, he's just gonna get evicted or something. And it'll be a regular process. That's why you got to be careful what you ask for, what you pray for, or whatever, because it will come true. Especially if you're saying, I need this done now, I need it fast, get it out of the way, I want it now. That just opens the door for anything. Like, you get what you want, but it's gonna be swift. So there were so many sounds I heard. I heard what sounded like a boom, and I thought I was tripping. But the neighbor that posted the video said they saw flashing lights and they heard a boom too. So I guess I wasn't hallucinating. I thought that they had shot him, or I thought that he had shot at them. I didn't know what happened. I do know with his door, half of his door had a glass frame with blinds. So they kicked down the door. I heard some type of wrestling downstairs. This is just all what I could hear because I couldn't move. I couldn't see. I'm upstairs. Then I heard another strange sound, which sounded like a, you know when you're making a cake and you have a hand mixer? And it's like, that's what it sounded like, but I don't know what it was. I didn't know if it was a sensor to see inside from outside. They took him away. And I couldn't concentrate after that. It was a couple of hours before I decided that I needed to go on a walk because that was too much for the early morning. When I went outside, in front of my door were his blinds, the blinds of his door. It was just all these blinds. I'm just like, why are y'all dropping this on my door? Just like how he had the bullet in front of my door. They decided to throw his blinds on my door. Then I look at his door and there's this gigantic board blocking off the door. And it has 1925 written on there. It has the name of his address, but nobody bothered to staple the board to the wall. So hopefully nobody will come in and just be sleeping down there, because all they have to do is walk through the door. I look on the ground. They threw his little door decoration on the ground. They threw a blanket on the ground. They just left all the stuff strewn on the ground and then just like pasted a board and left. And they left all the glass on my porch. I'm just like, bro. And when I called my landlord and was asking him what was happening, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm talking on the phone with somebody now. They say that somebody is living there that's not supposed to be living there. Well, obviously, you knew that. You knew that she was living there. But you know what I think happened? A couple of months ago, his girlfriend's mother was knocking on the door. And I thought it was my door, because it sounds, when somebody knocks on his, it sounds like mine. I open the door, and there's this lady, and she's well-dressed. She looks all put together. Just a nice-looking older lady. I would have never thought that was her mom, because they just, I don't know. They just look like they're from two different classes, honestly. But I just feel sorry for her mom, because her daughter was out here with this dude, getting her daughter messed up. Can't even go to the gas station because you're banned for stealing. Having your man flirt with other women, including me, in front of you, which is crazy, because I'm just looking at him like, why in the world are you flirting with me in front of your girl? But I feel like the girlfriend had some type of something going on. I don't know, learning challenge, some type of brain challenges. Was one day I was walking to the gas station, and she was in her wheelchair, just playing in the middle of the street in circles. And I was like, what? Another day, she couldn't make it to the gas station, so I had to push her there. And when I was almost there, she said she couldn't go because they had banned them. But the mother, a few months ago, I guess had a detective or some guy with her. And she said, so-and-so, her daughter's name, so-and-so, this is your mother. I'm worried about you. I haven't seen you or heard from you in weeks. We just want to know if you're okay. We're worried. Nobody's seen you. Nobody's heard from you. You won't answer my phone calls. You won't call me. What is going on? So now I'm wondering, was he holding her hostage? Because usually in my mind, when there's a warrant happening, it doesn't involve all of these armored cars. So I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. Because there is no point in staying here, even though some of my neighbors down the street were telling me, well, now everything's going to be better. He's gone. Now you can finally have some peace. No. Because as I have my own energy, as my neighbors have their own energy, this building has its own unique energy. This building attracts who it wants to attract for whatever reason it needs to attract them. I feel I was attracted to try to change the energy of this building but it's just too much for me right now. It's given me the shelter that I needed to transition. I needed this building to transition. This building attracts certain people that just like chaos, that create chaos, whether it's violence or having to do with sexuality, like you're being an abused worker. And so it's time to go, because when you see a boarded up building, if you don't fix that right away, it causes some type of domino effect. I don't know how to explain it. When you're boarding up a damaged building, it's only a matter of time before the street starts to deteriorate. Boom, boom, boom. One house at a time. That's how communities devolve. And just looking at my building, I'm just like, yeah, I'm over it. I don't deserve to live this way, because if he's going to send somebody like that to live here, what type of other person is he going to send to live here? Even my neighbors before this neighbor were toxic. My downstairs neighbors before these neighbors, it was an older man and his girlfriend. And the older man, he dressed nice. He's not old, he was just older. So he's maybe in his 50s, and his girlfriend was in her 50s. But they kept a nice house. He dressed nice. They had a nice car. And he kept trying to flirt with me in subtle ways. And he pretended like he wanted me to do a painting, just to, I guess, get in a communication with me. But him and his girlfriend would argue. And one night, which was the last night I saw them, I heard all of this slamming, all of this breaking. I heard my wall shaking. It sounded like a brawl between either 3 or 4 people. And that was the last time the next day they were gone. So sometimes you have to leave a place because it's not you, it's the place. Sometimes you're only supposed to be there temporarily and then you leave. Like, it's time to go, or else it'll be too toxic. Just think of it like a mother being pregnant. She cannot be pregnant for months and months and months. There's an allotted time. She can be pregnant 9 months and maybe a couple of days, even though I was in there for 9 months, 13 days on. I know, that was crazy. But she can't go a whole year pregnant. That's too toxic. The baby needs to come out. So the same with your situation. But yeah, I'm just very tired. I just wanted to update you on that, because I had posted on my community wall that if something happens to me, and I was so serious about that, because if I couldn't see. I kept hearing booms. What is this boom? Is it a gunshot? Is it something breaking? Does he have a weapon? Is somebody being held hostage? It's hard when you can't see and you can only hear stuff. And there's all these sounds, and there's all these weapons. And the only reason I was scared, I wasn't afraid of them coming in my apartment. I was more afraid of bullets having their own way, like going in their own direction. That's the only thing that freaks me out. It's just bullets going wherever bullets go, getting caught up in the crossfire of things, which is very, very toxic. This building is toxic as hell. And I'm trying so hard to change his energy, but I just give up on it. There's no point. Because that's how my landlord wants it. That's the energy he attracts. Because he's probably a toxic person too. So thank you, apartment, for saving me from the street. I mean, I would have never ended up on the streets. I probably would have lived with my mom. But I'm just saying, for being affordable enough for me to save money, I'm grateful for that. But I have to go, everyone. I'm so tired. I'm tired just because I was super stressed. And I'm still decompressing from earlier today. So I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Oh, and then this Saturday, I'm going to post a book review. I was going to post one today, but I can't focus right now. So I'm going to just sit here, get some rest, and then go to bed. So see you soon and stay safe out there.